All right, folks, welcome to your syllabus. So I also am reviewing it just to make sure I don't have any typos either. So this is your English 203 syllabus for the fall 2020 semester. This is an important document, so just make sure you download it and that you check it weekly. Again, here's my name, Renee Malooly. Miss Malooly is fine, or Renee to call me. My office location, since we are now online only, my office hours are virtual and they're held through Zoom. So you go on Zoom to meet with me if you have any questions. If you also want to email me for any questions, this is my email address through the regular school email. Or you can email me through Canvas Mail. That's almost easier because you're already on Canvas with the course. You can just hop over to the messages and send me an email. I'll have a separate tutorial video to explain what Zoom is and to explain Canvas Mail and just the general Canvas layout as well. So I don't have an office phone number. This is how you'll contact me. Office hours. I will be logged on to Zoom every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So for 2 hours. I'll also be logged in on there every Thursday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So outside of those time frames, if you click into our meeting link for Zoom or if you log into Zoom, I won't be there. So you'll find me during these times of the week and day. Now, if you can't meet with me, I know we all have different schedules. You know, maybe you work or if you have other things going on or if you just can't meet with me at that time in general, that's okay. Well, just send me an email and we'll schedule an appointment for you to meet with me on Zoom at another day and time. So I'm happy to meet with you. Just schedule an appointment. So just a little bit about this course. This is a course to help you with business writing, but also just professional writing in general. You don't have to be a business major to do well in this course. It's to really just prepare you for whatever it is you want to go into and practice standard professional style writing. So you're going to do different types of reports, projects, and business professional writing genres to better your communication as well. Prereqs, I think there's an update on this prereq. I got an email I need to double check, so this might look different by the time you download the video. So just make sure your prereqs are good to go. Talk to your advisor about things like that. Send me an email on the side and we'll talk about it. This course applies critical thinking through something called the rhetorical situation. You're placing yourself in a rhetorical situation in this course and thinking as if you are in that moment. It helps with writing more and helps you understand audience and purpose in writing. So we'll break that down throughout the semester. So the required textbook and materials. Required textbook is the Business Writer's Handbook. I don't have it right in front of me, but I'll have a picture of it just so you can make sure it's the right one. It gets the 12th edition. You can get an early edition if possible, that's fine. Maybe just meet with me on Zoom so we can double check the pages to make sure it's accurate. This is the ISBN number as well to lead you to it. You can get the ebook. Ebook is absolutely acceptable. Ebooks are a little bit of a headache with page numbers. Sometimes they don't match up. So I think a way to get around that is, again, just meet with me on Zoom, and whatever the readings are for the week, we can make sure it's the right pages so that you're not doing double the work. Regardless, whether you get the ebook or hard copy book, please email me before, just to verify that it's correct, because I wouldn't want you to get the wrong book. You need the book for certain book activities that you're doing and just other assignments in the course as well. Required materials and technology. This is very important since we're online. You need access to Microsoft Office in general, so mainly Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. Most of your assignments are on Word, and you do have a final presentation that should be on PowerPoint, so you need access to those. A lot of students use Google Docs, Google Slides, and the Google Word document through their Gmail. That's fine. You can use that because I believe you can download it and it downloads like a normal Word document, so that's okay. Access to the internet to review and complete all the coursework. That's very important. Access to a computer or a laptop or an iPad. I'll add iPad on there as well, or I'll just say it on here. Don't use your cell phone to complete the coursework or to review any kind of files, because a lot of times files don't work on cell phones. They don't download right. Sometimes you don't have the right applications, so you just really can't be too successful on a cell phone in this class. A lot of instructors say, you can use your cell phone if you want to check a grade really quick or send me an email or something. That's fine. But the majority of the coursework should be on a computer, laptop, or iPad. You need access to Zoom. I'll have a little tutorial on how to do that, just to get a hold of me for my office hours or when we schedule an appointment. You need to use either Google Chrome, Firefox, or Safari for a web browser in this class. Do not use Internet Explorer because files do not work on there and broken links happen and things like that. So if you click these links, you can download them to your computer. They're free and the web browsers are ready to go for you once you download them. I use Google Chrome. That's the only one I use. I like that one the most. But if you have a Mac, Safari is compatible as well. But you can. I have a Mac computer as well, and I use Google Chrome. So I think, in my opinion, Google Chrome is the universal one to use. Make sure you save all your Word documents as a docx or PDF only. No other file format because it won't upload correctly onto Canvas. PDF is preferred because it freezes your document so it doesn't get shifted around. Sometimes when you upload to Canvas, it looks all disoriented and you think like, that's not how I did it at all. Why does it look all disorganized and messy? So PDF is the best. If you don't know how to do that, this first link teaches you how to save as a docx, but you may just want to skip to the second one since PDF is preferred, and this is how you save to a PDF. This is just recommended. You don't have to go out and buy this, but if you have a USB or if you want to get one, a USB, flash drive to save your work. This is recommended so that you don't lose any work. I've lost work before. It sucks. You want to save your work. You want to back up your files because there's really nothing you can do if your computer crashes or if you lose a file. You have to start over, and that's not fun because there's nothing really I can do either for you. So, backing up your work somewhere, whether it's USB, maybe just what I do sometimes is just email yourself what you worked on so that you have it attached to your email somewhere. Anything that you can back up your work is very important. So in this class, you're going to demonstrate ethical business communication, analyze audience and how to write to their needs and standards, design documents to adapt to the needs of different audiences, and understand the different genres of writing, especially in this class. They all have their own conventions and expectations. So composing documents in appropriate business genres, letter writing, memo writing, minutes of meetings, personal ads, what else? Negative messages, positive messages, things like that. They're really fun to do. So on that note, prepare typical business documents, and that's what all those and more we'll learn each week. I'm not going to go over every single one just on this syllabus video. Consider the following: analyze the audience of written and verbal communication tasks and write to meet their needs in the correct style of business. This class is very focused on concise writing. You're coming out of more of an essay composition course, and into this course, you're not really writing essays. You're writing projects that are lengthy, but you're also doing smaller business writing styles that are very concise to the point, and you don't expand, and you're not too descriptive, or you don't use a lot of flowery language in this class. It's very to the point, and learn how to do that as well. Learn what concise writing means. Very important, this class is 100% online. It is taught asynchronous, which means we don't meet for a specific class time. I pre-record all my lectures, so throughout the week I see what we have to do for next week, and I pre-record everything so it's ready to go. Why do I do that? Because everybody has a different schedule, so it's unfair to make everybody meet at a certain time for a lecture. So I just record my lecture, and you have the whole week to review it. Lectures, there's going to be a lot of them. Therefore, each week is designed around weekly modules. Modules are folders that have all the information for the week for you to review and complete. All deadlines for the week are found in the modules. Every Monday, I'll send an announcement. Welcome to the week. I'll do a video. A new module will open. The module will close on Sunday. So, very, very important note. This course is structured so that you can pace yourself and divide up the weekly coursework throughout the week. That's very important. Log in Monday and plan your week out around the module. You cannot complete an entire module if you wait until Sunday. So I can tell you time and time again, just don't do it. I've made that mistake as a student. It's not going to guarantee success at all. Allow a minimum of 6 hours per week and definitely more, especially if it's on a week where you're working on a project as well. So that's why you want to break up the week so it's not overwhelming for you. And this link tells you a little bit more about synchronous versus asynchronous learning if you're interested in learning more. So methods of evaluation. All your writing activities and discussions, those are smaller works, will be graded within 24 to 48 hours after the due date. So everything in this class overall, there's a few exceptions, are due Sunday. So I'll have that back to you by Monday or Tuesday at the latest, the grade. All of your major projects, I take a little bit more time. I give you all very extensive feedback on everything, but especially the projects. You always want to make sure you review my feedback after you get a grade on those projects especially, but because of that, it takes me a little longer to grade. So I'll have the grade for those no later than a week after the day they are due. So those are due, most of them, on Sunday, so you'll have the grade on or before that following Sunday. Classwork, any activity or assignment will be that you submit will be evaluated and graded. I grade via point scale. That includes all this fun stuff that we're doing. So you have major projects. You will complete 5 major projects in the course. One of them, the final one, is a presentation. They all relate to the application of the weekly and overall course objectives. The projects can be submitted up to 3 days late, with point deductions more and more for each day they are late. After the 3rd day, they're no longer accepted. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail in just a second. You'll receive a 0 if it's after that 3rd day. The only project that cannot be submitted late is the 5th one because it's during finals week, so grades are due. Writing activities, you have something called writing activities each week. Each week there will be a weekly writing activity for you to complete. They will relate to a weekly course objective and also with the overall course goals. Some of the book parts, the readings will connect with some of those as well. So there's a total of 15 writing activities because there's 1 per week. Those cannot be submitted late. Topic proposals. Proposals allow you to plan out ideas for each of the 5 major projects, so I can kind of get your ideas on it since projects take a little bit more time. So they allow me to review your plan and give you kind of feedback before you really get started on the projects. So since you have 5 major projects, you will complete 5 topic proposals, 1 proposal for each project. Topic proposals cannot be submitted late either. Discussion boards. We're in an online class. You need to meet your peers, and we need to kind of have a more relaxed conversation style as well to kind of break away from everything else in the class. So that's why we have discussion boards. Interacting with your peers in an online course allows for facilitated discussions to occur. It also allows you just to have that more conversation, relaxed, not informal, not offensive, obviously, but conversation style approaches that break away from other work in the course. There are a total of 10 discussion boards, so you don't have one every week, but the majority of the week you do have one. Discussion board postings and replies to peers cannot be submitted late either. Book activities. In order to engage with more grammar practice, concise writing styles, you will complete a total of 5 book activities. Those are kind of spread out throughout the semester. Those cannot be submitted late either. And then workshops, a great way to discuss projects, answer questions, provide feedback either to each other or with me. Some of the workshops are just with me. It helps, the workshops help with that. Provide feedback or through workshops. You will complete 5 workshops total because each one aligns to the 5 major projects. I'll give more information on these on the week they fall under. Remakes. If you receive a C or lower, and this is only in regards to the 5 major projects, nothing else. If you receive, because they're worth more, if you receive a C or lower on the major projects, you can revise them based on my feedback because, you know, I want to give you that chance, that opportunity if you were unclear about something. But that's a C or lower, so if you get a B or an A, this doesn't apply. So consider the following. If your project is revised based on all the feedback that I give you on your draft, you take in consideration of all my feedback, I will up the score by 1 letter grade. So if you got a C and you look at all my feedback, you'll get a B. If you got a D, F, F, D. All right? If only half of my feedback is considered, you kind of look through it and you only add a little bit of edits, then I'll only increase the score by half a letter grade. If none of my feedback is considered and the same exact draft is resubmitted, well, you kind of answered the question probably already. Your grade will stay the same. You have 1 week from when you receive the grade to revise and resubmit based on my feedback. So that's why you always want to check in the course once a day because you want to make sure you don't overlook that on accident. So no excuses for that. I have to stay strict with that because I don't want you to get too overwhelmed with everything else going on for the weeks to come. You have 5 major projects. The only one that you cannot remake is the final presentation because it falls under finals week. So it's the end of the semester already. No other coursework allows for remakes. So this only pertains to the 5 major projects. So, sorry, the video probably jumped for a second. There's loud outside noise. Okay. So only the major projects are allowed remakes, C or lower. The only major project that you cannot remake is the final presentations. It's due during finals week. No other coursework will be allowed remakes, so that means all this other stuff. You can't remake writing activities, topic proposals, discussion boards, book activities, or workshops. Those cannot be remade. If you miss the deadline for any of those, the smaller works, assignments, and activities, you will receive a 0 and will not be able to submit after, no excuses. So just keep an eye out, for stuff like that. Just be wary of weekly deadlines. Late work in regards to those 5 major projects and all other work should be submitted on Canvas on or before, preferably before, the due date marked on your course calendar at the end of this document. However, consider the following late policy for those major projects only. All right, so this late policy only pertains to the major projects. If your project is submitted 1 day late, it's a 25% point deduction. If it's 2 days late, it's a 50% point deduction. 3 days late, 75% point deduction. If the major project is not submitted by the 3rd day, the project will receive a 0 and cannot be submitted. No excuses, so just be careful with that. And the only major project that cannot be accepted late is the final presentation project, again, just because it falls during the final week of the course. No other coursework, there we go, there's a typo. No other coursework, I'll load in a second. No other coursework can be submitted. No other coursework can be submitted late. So again, that means the writing activities, topic proposals, discussion board posting and replies, book activities, workshops, and final presentation project. None of those can be submitted late. If you miss the deadline, it's a 0. All right. Just because the reason I do that also is because it becomes very hard if you start missing deadlines for those little activities each week in the modules. You go back and try to do those, then you try to do the current week, then you try, it just starts to pile up and it becomes very overwhelming. So it's better just to try not to miss any deadlines. You miss one, it happens with those small writing projects or assignments rather. It happens, you miss a point here and a few points here and there, no, oh my gosh, it's so loud outside. You miss one of those, you miss a few points. It's not the end of the world, we can keep track of your grade. Don't make a habit out of it, but it's best just to keep pushing forward and move on to the current week. Students can earn a total of 1,000 points in this course. I want to give you any opportunity you can to kind of keep your head above water. Anywhere from 1,000 by the end of the semester, anywhere from 1,000. 1,000 is a perfect score. Anywhere from 1,000 to 900 points is an A, so each letter grade is 100 points. So you have a lot of points working towards you, which is good. 899, 800 B, 799, 700 C, so on and so forth. So this is a point breakdown of those 1,000 points. Like I said, you have 5 major projects that are worth more because they take more time to plan, to work on. You have more than a week to work on them. So those are broken down. The major projects collectively make up 600 points in the class. Your market analysis project is the first project. It's worth 150 points. Your newsletter project is 100 points. Brochure project, 100 points. Intercultural communication project is 200 points. It's worth the most. Final presentation project is 50 points. So those collectively, if my math is correct, 600 points. So it's a lot. Like I said, every week you have a small writing assignment. Actually, they're called I changed that to writing activities. There we go. They're called writing activities because it just depends. I don't want to call them small because sometimes they're not the smallest assignments ever. Writing activities, we'll call it instead. You have one every week, so there's 15. 15 times 10, 150 points total for those. Topic proposals, each of the major projects, you have a topic proposal for each one where you plan your ideas out. Those are worth 10 points each, so 5 times 10, 50. Discussions aren't every week, but they're almost weekly. You have 10 of those total, so some weeks we kind of skip over them. They're 10 points each, 10 times 10, 100. Book activities, 5 total, so those are kind of spread out throughout the semester, 10 points each, 50. Workshops, so each of these projects have a workshop with them. There's 5 total then, since there's 5 projects, 10 points each, 150. So all of this should equal to 1,000 points total. A perfect score is 1,000. So let me know if you have any questions about that. So I use a point scale. Classroom management, every instructor has their own rules, policies, so this is really important to be clear on for all your courses. If you need to withdraw from the course, I hope you don't have to, but speak to me first so we can discuss your grade first, all right? Sometimes dropping a class happens. I had to drop classes a few times in my college career, so I understand. I hope it doesn't happen, but if we decide that you need to withdraw from the course, we can do that. If you miss 2 consecutive weeks of coursework, so 2 weeks in a row, I'll send you an email to see what's going on, especially if I haven't heard. So that's why communication is important. Communicate with me with what's going on. But if I haven't heard from you and you've missed 2 weeks in a row, I'll send you an email about your grade, and I'll also send your information to something called Quick Connect. So they'll contact you as well. If you don't respond to my first email within 24 hours, so I'll say within 24 hours. Within 24 hours, I'll send one more email to follow up because we have to contact you twice. After that, if I don't hear from you, if we didn't reach any kind of decision, after that you will be dropped from the course. Oh, one of my TAs is trying to join. So this is one of your TAs in the class. Her name's Penelope. She'll be one of your informal TAs, and you'll probably hear her in the background. So if I don't hear from you that second time, you'll be dropped from the course. All right. So I'll submit the drop paperwork for that. This is an important day to remember. If you are at a failing grade in the course by October 5th, I will send you an email about it to discuss options about what you want to do, if you want to stay in the course or if you want to drop. And I'll also send your information to Quick Connect. If you don't respond to a second email within 24 hours, you'll be dropped from the course. And I'm doing that too just to help you as well with your GPA. October 16th is an important day for all of you students in general. That's the last day students that because you all can withdraw on your own, is the last day students can withdraw from any course. So just be careful with that. The last day I will send withdrawal forms is October 5th. So if you say you want to stay in the class and you stay after October 5th and you're still at a failing grade, I won't drop you, so you need to drop yourself. But be careful with that because I'll stop sending withdrawal paperwork on the 5th, but you can withdraw anywhere between anytime actually, but after I stop and as long as it's before October 16th. If you don't do anything after the 5th and you still wanted to drop, it's out of my control and you'll stay in the course. So that can really hurt your grade. So just kind of keep an eye out on your grade constantly anyways, but especially around these dates as well. And you can officially withdraw anytime before October 16th. After October 16th, you're in the course. And I'll stop dropping after October 5th. A lot of dates I know, so if you have questions, let me know. Emails. Any kind of email through the regular school email or Canvas mail will be responded to. I'll respond to you within 24 hours. Monday through Friday. So I'll get back to you within 24 hours. I do check my emails on weekends, but I can't guarantee that I'll be answering. So that's why you want to break up the coursework as well. Because if you have a question and you wait till Sunday night, I can't help you out at that point. And that's when the deadlines are each week. So just be careful with that. If you email me over the weekend, expect a response by Monday morning. Okay, so it's more consistent within 24 hours, Monday through Friday. Only use your school email address or Canvas mail to email me. Don't use any kind of outside email addresses. That's a school policy that I follow. Do not email me any coursework. You're submitting all your coursework through Canvas unless I approve it first. Okay, so just be careful with that. I get a lot of emails, so information can get overlooked. So just be careful. Etiquette. We're in an online world now, so be respectful of peers and myself. It's vital in having a positive work environment. I will not tolerate rude comments, bullying, or informal disrespectful conversation. It's unacceptable in any form through discussions that we do, emails, office hours, Canvas mail, etc., any kind of communication platform. If you're disrespectful to anyone, including myself, you'll be given one warning. If it continues, I'll forward the information to my department. Technology is not perfect. I can relate to that. If you have difficulties submitting anything, email me at the exact time that you're having the difficulties. If possible, record or even preferably take a picture or a screenshot as proof of what the issue is, and make sure you show me that as well. Plagiarism is unacceptable. It's academic dishonesty. We're going to talk about it at the beginning of the semester. It won't be tolerated. So any work that's plagiarized could result in failure of the course. So be careful with that. Communication is key. I said that in my other video, especially in an online class. Email me if you have difficulties with course themes, objectives, assignments, finding work, files not downloading, broken links, anything. There's no such thing as a dumb question. So send questions my way. If you know you'll be unable to submit an assignment ahead of time, submit it before it's due. Don't wait until the last minute to contact me about missed work. You must communicate with me or I will not know about any difficulties you are having. If you're not doing well in the class and I haven't heard from you, I'm going to assume you just didn't do the work. All right. These are just links for you to help with the syllabus and the catalog for the official course and department. Important dates to remember, just review that stuff, especially with early performance grades becoming available, certain holidays. Last day for students to withdraw on your own is the 16th, things like that. And then this is our course calendar. This is the most important part of the whole syllabus. It's your weekly outline, what's going on each week, what objectives we're looking at, what the dates are for each module week, what readings you have, and what's due. So always take a look on this. It's always going to be about 3 different activities due and 4 if it falls during a major project, but this week's a little less when that your first major project is due. So just be careful with that. Everything has a Sunday deadline except for the last week of the semester that has a Friday deadline. So just be careful with week 15. I'm not going to go over this in too much detail because I don't want to overwhelm you, but if you have any questions, let me know. This course calendar is subject to change because maybe later on down the line I want to change a few things, but just know that I'll never push a due date early. It'll always be later if at all, or it'll stay the same. So that's our syllabus. If y'all have any questions, let me know.